welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you my smoothie that I make every single day. I've been making it for 10 years and that has been sustaining my health. So I want to show you my healthy recipe, and that's my secret recipe, which is no secret at all. I want to show you all the beautiful ingredients that I put in my smoothie so that you can go home and make it your own and edit it and reinvent it and make it completely different. And so I'm not gonna put any red onion in my smoothie, not today. Although that's a thought, maybe next time. So yeah, let's get to it and make that smoothie. All right, let's get all these ingredients out.
I try to use organic produce as much as possible and available. I use fresh banana, some apple, blueberries.
Just make sure that you separate, don't just dump in there, the blueberries, because some of them can be some of them could have been damaged.
And that's just common sense, so let's get on with the list. Acai Complete by Buried Treasure, Pure by Buried Treasure, Coconut Milk by Lakewood Organic, Aloe Vera Juice, also by Lakewood Organic. So these are all the liquids that I use, and yeah, I use a little shot glass for those. To mix all of these, you can use a regular blender, of course. I just happen to have a handheld one. And I use a bowl to mix all of these together. I also use mushroom powder, lion's mane powder by Ohm, and green vibrance by Vibrant Health. Now and then I may change some of the other ingredients, but this is a core product of my smoothie. The list of nutrients is extensive and not all of them are organic, but it's packed with good stuff, including 20 billion of probiotics. So I find the trade-off for non-GMO worth it. Plus, hey, you do what you can. All right, let's get to prep.
I start by mixing my powders, or adding my powders to the glass I'm going to use, obviously. And then I put this right back in the fridge. The brand recommends putting it in the freezer. I like to keep it in the fridge. Foods in the freezer sometimes disagree with my stomach, so I put this in the fridge immediately. And then I add my beautiful mushroom powder. Just a splash. Seal it. And then keep it in the spice cabinet. That's where I put it. Next, so this I keep aside because I'm not gonna, do anything with it right this minute. I'm gonna mix everything else in the bowl. And for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna do it on the counter, but typically I do it in the sink because this can really, this little baby right here can do some serious splattering on the walls. So I like to add a nice sizable cup of blueberries, especially right now, they're a little bit less expensive. I wouldn't say cheap because, are blueberries ever cheap? I guess they are up north, maybe. I remember going to harvest blueberries up north in Massachusetts and loved Massachusetts, so beautiful. And then I was there with my 3-year-old and his dad, and we were about to harvest. We actually started harvesting blueberries, and then I realized all of a sudden in this beautiful open field that there were not a single bird. And I thought, isn't that weird that there is no bird in a field of berries? That's when I realized that the place was probably so doused in pesticides that the birds didn't come at all. So I grabbed my 3-year-old, I grabbed his dad, and I said, we're out of here. Strawberries actually are the most sprayed. They have about 70 different pesticides and fungicides that are sprayed on them. So fungus causes all kinds of issues that we can talk about later. But yeah, you want to keep that stuff at bay. So these are organic from the store. All right, so these are all the ingredients. So I'm gonna get my bowl and I'm gonna get started. So I like to use those little shot glasses. I keep them as a little column. And I'm gonna start with the berries actually, because otherwise the stuff will splatter on top of it. So I put the berries first, and then I put the acai. And it's just so pretty to look at those colors when you start your day. I just love it. Now the acai is a little sticky, and that stuff has a lot of good stuff. I put about one teaspoon, I guess. Yeah, about this much. I don't use a lot of it because it's expensive, and it's about between $35 and $40 for a bottle, so it's not cheap. I stretch my product, so this one lasts me for probably a good 2 months, although it's 32 servings per container, and the ingredients are amazing. I mean, it contains pomegranate, acai, goji berries, concord grape, black cherries, raspberries, blueberries, elderberries, bilberries, cranberries, and a little bit of green tea with no caffeine in it. And what I like about this brand is they don't overload the preservatives, so there is no questionable stuff in there. For me, I mean, I like to stay away from things like citric acid, and this has no citric acid. So, you know, products that are cleaner will cost a little bit more because they're actually true products. They're not cheap junk that is on the market just to make you spend money and not really feed you or nourish you. Okay, I'm a little bit drastic about that stuff. But yeah, that's just me, okay? And this is wheat-free, gluten-free, soy-free, yeast-free, and dairy-free. So, you know, very clean brand. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these products. You know, I just like to endorse things that I love. So if I have to say something about Berry Treasure, if they could improve their little bottle cap, but I mean, I don't want their product to get more expensive, so it's okay. So next, by the same brand, we have Pure. So I'm gonna add some of Pure. What is Pure? Pure is colloidal minerals. Again, 1 teaspoon. Don't overdo it on the minerals, especially if you haven't done minerals before, because that's probably going to send you to the bathroom. It's gonna have a little bit of a laxative effect. And I'm also gonna add aloe, and coconut milk. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, but you want to be careful, okay? If you have never detoxed, use greens, use aloe vera and all this good stuff, go easy on this stuff. Go easy on these products. Go slow. Do half a dose. I don't know. Do your thing, but careful with that, okay? Minerals are laxative. So what are these? These are colloidal minerals. What does that mean? That means they're more readily available to your body. You can metabolize those a little bit easier than if you consume, and I say eat because, you know, those minerals that are in pill form, they a lot of times, depending on the source of that ingredient, they're just rocks, and your body cannot eat rocks. Have you tried eating a rock lately? Okay, so you want to have something that is very, very fine, like a molecule that is super fine. So these are like a suspended compound, and it's easier to get down, and it has a lot of the trace minerals that you will typically not have in your diet, and that should be in your diet because they should be in the soil, but the soil is so depleted in minerals that you don't have those in your food anymore, especially if you don't eat super clean or whatever. So you want to help your diet a little bit by bringing the minerals that are going to be good for your bones, for your teeth, for, you know, your tissues. I mean, a lot of things in the body depends on the minerals. And by the way, I didn't mention something about the acai complete. Great antioxidants, very high on the OROC grid. The products that are in there that I mentioned are basically helping your cells fight against free radicals. So free radicals, okay, free radicals are, you know, whatever attacks you, pollution, stuff that is that is toxic in what you eat, what you breathe, formaldehyde in the carpets that you, and in the office you work at, pesticides and fungicides in the food that you consume, toxic chemicals in the air that you breathe. It's very insidious because it's something that is pervasive in our everyday life, and it's just you know, ever so little, but it's ever so there. So you can't really escape that stuff, you know, unless you live in the middle of the woods. So shout out to our friends in the great north, in the great northern plains, or forest rather, that are able to have a very pristine environment. Most of us don't, okay, unfortunately. But let's keep going before I start ranting. Okay, so the next one that I put in there, I told you it was sticky, is my beautiful coconut blend. So you can use coconut milk. I mean, I just love this coconut blend because there's no junk in there. It's organic pear, organic coconut milk, organic lemon juice, organic gum arabic, organic locust bean, and there is a little bit of xanthan gum and sodium alginate, which, you know, are very mild compared to most of the people are gonna, you know, some people that I've come across with, you know, they will scrutinize me, oh my gosh, you have some xanthan gum in there, you know, that's not really good for you, or you don't want to eat that on a daily basis, or whatever. Okay, guys, let's look at the labels of the foods that we buy, the processed foods that we buy in the store. And I say we just because I want to, you know, empathize with everyone, but they're not clean, okay? So this stuff in comparison, super clean. All right, so I'm gonna add a nice full shot of that. And then we'll add the other fruit as well, because I'm kind of all over the place here, because, you know, usually I just do this unconsciously. I'll just go with the last liquid, might as well. So my beautiful aloe, of course, if you have the plant, which I do, but I don't have enough of it, I save it for my hair and I save it for my skin. So, but and I brush my teeth with aloe vera. But if you have I don't know. If you have the plant at home in your yard, if you're that lucky that you have like an abundance of aloe vera, please use it, because that is the most magnificent, generous, healing, and inexpensive plant. So easy to grow. The first one I grew was in a half-gallon bottle of vinegar. So I cut an empty plastic gallon of vinegar in half because a friend gave me the aloe, and I was like, I'm gonna kill that. I kill all the plants. And I dumped it in there with a little bit of soil that I had left from a previous gardening experiment. And that thing just, not only did it resist my, you know, the abuse that I was putting it through, but it thrived. So, you know, that plant is, and since then, of course, you know, I've been a lot more respectful of the aloe, and I've been expanding on my, and they're no longer in vinegar gallons. But yeah, love the aloe. We'll talk about aloe again. So anyways, for my smoothie, I buy it, and I just like the same brand as the coconut, because it's just clean. It's just super clean. Okay, it's organic and it's not expensive. That's the thing. That one runs for about between $7 and $9, and I got it on sale at Sprouts for like $6.49. So I bought a bunch of those because that I use, you know, every single day. I use a nice shot in my smoothie. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the ingredients. Where are they? Okay, here it is. The list is so small I couldn't find it. So organic aloe vera juice and less than 1% of organic lemon juice. That's it, guys. There's nothing else in this product. Remember, and it's local to Florida if you're in Florida. So, did I already add it? I can't remember. Well, if I have a double dose, I have a double dose. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, so that's for the liquids. Now, we're gonna add the beautiful banana. And I'll show you what I do. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy. You're gonna be like, what the heck is she doing? Okay, let me show you. All right, first off, I just cut a little bit. I mean, I'm not irked by this. You'll see. I don't know if you guys are ready to see. You don't know me well enough yet to see what, you know, how dark I let my bananas go, sorry, and I still use them like super dark. Can I show you? Okay, fine, I'll show you. Okay, so this is for the recording of this video, brand new from the store. This is what I actually use every day. Okay, so I let them go really dark. I don't care, because they just get sweeter. I mean, and they get riper, more ripe. It doesn't matter, it's banana. And by the way, the skin in the banana, oh my gosh, that has all the good stuff. Okay, I haven't really explored the whole list of things that the skin will give you, but as far as the benefits, the nutrients and stuff. But we know, we've been told this enough times that most of us know that the vitamins are in the skin. Well, I'm not ready quite yet to eat the skin of the bananas. I think that would be a little bit overkill, I mean, at this stage of my evolution, so I'm not gonna do that. But look at this stuff. I mean, it has, I'm thinking lignans. You guys thinking lignans too? I'm thinking like this stuff is like amazing. So these are not very ripe, so it doesn't really go, I hope you guys can see. Yeah, it doesn't really, it's not that easy to scrape. But let me show you what happens when you do it. I guess I'll have to do it on this one. That's a lot of banana. I usually, you've noticed, I haven't used a whole banana, and it's a small banana. I don't use a whole banana. Sometimes I actually eat the rest of it, but I usually use half a banana. Okay, because I mean, who needs to guzzle down a whole banana first thing in the morning? You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of liquid going down. So I mean, unless you're like a big guy, I don't know, do the quantity that fits you. For me, a half banana works. Okay, that's what my body likes. My body, everybody likes my body. No, what? Okay, you see that? That's what I do. Look at that. This is amazing. This stuff is amazing. It's full of vitamins. Okay, I'm gonna have such a big smoothie today. That's gonna be a meal. Oh, by the way, this really feeds you. I mean, forget about it. I do have breakfast. Yes, I do. I mean, hey, I'm French, part French, okay? Or whatever. I'm a mutt. So in my heritage, there is French. A lot. And recent, okay, not like 3 generations ago. So what do I have for breakfast? What is my favorite thing for breakfast? A beautiful croissant or a beautiful baguette. I don't know why I'm taking this accent. It's not French at all. All right, so I'm not going to use that because that's too much. So that's, I'm going to actually save it for tomorrow. Yes, I will save it for tomorrow. I have a friend who says I eat rotten foods. You know what? It's not rotten. It's alive. Okay, these guys are gonna think she's completely nuts. Okay, whatever. All right, so now the apple. So I always have a little bit of apple already cut in the fridge because I munch on apples all day long. So I usually have, I'll show you. I usually have a little bowl like this in the fridge of apples and oranges. I just like to munch on those, and they last. I put them out on the counter and they're still good. I can go about the day and I don't have to worry, oh my gosh, I didn't put them back in the fridge. Like, it's an easy snack for me. I love it. So since it's already cut, I'm just gonna use some of that, because obviously I didn't eat the whole supply last night. I love to have those for dessert at night with some dark chocolate, of course. So I don't put a lot of apple either. Okay, just enough to make your day. I haven't washed this one. So what I use for washing is baking soda and vinegar. So I put a little bit of vinegar in my hand, put some baking soda on top, and that's it. One day I was just like, I don't want to use this veggie wash stuff. This is clean water that I have saved from a gallon of water. So that's how I clean an apple. All right, so next, so what you would use for an apple would be about this much, you know, like not that much. And then since I'm not going to put it in there, you know, because I already put some, so I'm just gonna prep it for later for a snack. You don't mind, do you? I know this is not part of the smoothie recipe. What the heck is she doing? I'm just slicing my apple. Why not? It's my kitchen. My kitchen, my rules. So yeah, I was telling you I'm French, and I grew up in Africa, and I went to university in France, traveled the world, and anyways, in France we love to have, you know, Austrian pastries for breakfast. I was gonna say French pastries, and I realized, wait a minute, that's not even French, that's Austrian. So yeah, maybe the brioche, because of Marie Antoinette, maybe it's French, or maybe it was German, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, a piece of brioche or a croissant or a nice piece of bread with some organic grass-fed butter from grass-fed cows. It's always weird to say grass-fed butter. I don't know. It's like the butter wasn't fed with grass. Okay, so enough ranting already. All right. So that's for later, because we've already used our stuff. So beautiful apples, organic apples, of course, organic bananas, of course. And now comes the scary part. Ooh. This guy is the boss. He's called Braun. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's German, so if somebody knows, Braun, maybe, I don't know. Braun is AU, so I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, my blender just died on me. I mean, it didn't die, but it was being finicky. It was like, one day I'll do it and one day I won't. And he just didn't want to collaborate, so he's pretty much gone. I have a hard time parting with things, so it was very hard for me to just throw it away. So, like I said, usually I do it in the sinks. Here we go. I have to get it to the bottom so that it doesn't splatter all over. Otherwise, I'll have blueberry juice all over my kitchen. I'll finish in the sink, and then I'll show you the finished result. All right, guys, so here it is. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's so, I hope it comes out good on the video, because it's like this beautiful, you know, purple color, and it's just so appealing. All right, so now I'm just gonna mix it, you know, with my powders, my perlimpinpin. So, mes poudres de perlimpinpin. So I like to mix it like a little at a time. Oh, and you'll be like, why the heck didn't she put it in the blender? I don't know. It's like my little ritual. I like to mix it like that. But you can certainly do that. You can mix it in the bowl. Why not? I'm also afraid, I think that, not afraid, you know, that's a horrible word. I also don't want to experience that the powders just get clumpy when I mix the liquids and stuff. This way, you know, I have like a nice smooth mix. I don't know. I can rationalize it any which way. That's just the way I do it. You can do it your way. Look at this beautiful thing here. Oh my goodness. So just make sure that you don't get it on your clothes though, because that stuff and the green vibrance will also stain your clothes, okay? So if you're getting ready for work, you might want to do this before you get dressed. Oh, and should you keep it in the fridge for the next day? No, not recommended. I've done it, but it might make your stomach a little bubbly, you know what I mean? It's best to drink it right away, let's put it this way. But you know, like within, I don't know, an hour, maybe in 2 hours, whatever. If you yeah, if you're gonna, you know, I usually drink the whole thing, especially now that I'm adding the blueberries in this season, so it's so good. But sometimes I'll just leave it on the counter and then come back and drink the rest later because I'm multitasking. Or you could put it back in the fridge and, you know, drink the rest at the end of your day, like if you feel thirsty, because this is so hydrating, guys. It's so wonderfully hydrating. It's amazing. You know, I'll tell you a quick story. It's not gonna be quick, but I'll tell you a story. When I was working in retail, there was this lady who used to come and bring products and just, you know, demonstrate them. And one day she brought Green Vibrance, and she did a demo. So she mixed it with apple juice and put it in this big, you know, glass container or whatever, this giant thing that was just swirling it around all day, because she said you don't want to keep it, you know, you don't want to let it sit. You don't want to let it sit. So she just kept it in the machine to rotate it, to mix it throughout the time she was in the store. And so it was kept cool. This whole contraption was, you know, also a cooling thing. So I was just intrigued. I was like, wow, that requires a lot of, you know, prep. And I mean, it just seems to be a delicate product to handle. And she goes, oh, no, it's just that, you know, I don't want it to spoil while I'm here, but do you want to try it? And I was like, you know, I'm not a big fan of powders, like protein powders and things like that. You know, I've come around since then about a few things, but I don't really like to drink powders. I'd rather make food, you know, from fresh. And so she gives me a little sample, like a little, you know, shot sample, and I just felt so hydrated. I just was like, wow. I just kept going back. Can I have another one? Can I have another one? Can I please have another one? And I just told everybody walking into the store, you guys need to get this product. This is amazing. So long story short, that was 10 years ago. So yeah, love Green Vibrance, very hydrating. Not cheap though. I mean, not cheap, but if you consider all the ingredients that are in there, if you go buy those individually, you're going to spend a fortune. You're going to spend double the price that you're going to spend on this product. So I'm telling you, again, I'm not being sponsored, but Green Vibrance, I'm the advocate, you know, like 100%, 100%. That product has turned my health around. You know, it has made me healthier. I mean, it has made me healthier because it's detoxifying. It brings in nutrients, antioxidants, lung support, liver support, digestive support, stuff that I would never cook, you know, like algae, you know, spirulina is in there. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. I'll try to share the list of ingredients, but it's a truly beautiful product. And every year or every now and then they come up with a new version of the product, like a software version, instead of, you know, expanding the line and making like 1,000 or 100 or 50 different products. They have a line of products, don't get me wrong. They have incredible stuff, but my core product is Green Vibrance, and they just make it evolve when they find an ingredient that is a better quality than the previous one that was in there. Like for instance, if they decide that, okay, well, let's see, we have this ingredient that is organic that we can add instead of, you know, whatever was in there, so they'll put that in. I think they did that, for instance, with the vitamin D that they had before wasn't, you know, completely to their own standards. They have very high standards. That's what I gather from reading their ingredient list. And so they replaced it with lichen. That's, you know, the best source of vitamin D after the sun. So that we know of. Everything, you know, everything is research, everything is new knowledge all the time. So yeah. But yeah, guys, try your own recipe, but make something that is detoxifying. So why do I like this smoothie so much? Is because it is detoxifying. Okay, it keeps the organs clean, oxygenated, so that you can get the oxygen in the cells and the cells can function better. So as a result, you have better stamina, you have better focus, you have better digestion, you have less joint issues, you have a stronger immune system. I mean, the list goes on and 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 on. All right, guys, that's it for me. That's a wrap. think I didn't forget anything. So if I was able to process frozen foods, I would probably make it like a dessert, like an ice cube size dessert. It would be just... Do you feel hydrated yet?